Hey guys, Jared here with a Gamification video. So, here we are. After 3 years since the initial release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, we have finally reached the final character. It's been quite a journey, but all good things must come to an end. So who are Nintendo going to use to end the roster for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? If you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and even like the video as well, both of which really help out the channel more than you can imagine. Now, when it comes to this final character, I've been scouring the internet to see any really solid, concrete predictions, and well, I haven't really found anything. The only thing I found really are 3 main characters who I keep seeing reoccurring all across the internet. These 3 are Sora, Master Chief, and Crash Bandicoot. These guys have so many hardcore fans, each of which would literally kill to see their character being put into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, first of all, let me just run through these 3 characters and explain why they would be good characters, but why I ultimately think that they won't actually be in the game. Sora would be so unique of a character. If you've played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, the possibilities for a moveset for Sora are endless. You can use the cards, you can use the magic, you can obviously do a ton of stuff with the Keyblade. You can even draw some inspiration from like different Disney characters and whatnot that he utilizes through some of his like more special moves. Like the possibilities are endless. However, the flaw with having Sora in the game and why he probably won't be is for the reason that I literally said of Disney. I cannot imagine that Nintendo will come to some form of agreement with Disney. Like it will be such a headache to try to get Disney to agree. It was already so hard to get Cloud into the game initially, so I can't see Disney playing ball with Nintendo on this, unfortunately. I would love to see Sora in the game, but I just think Disney will be far too hard for Nintendo to work with. Master Chief will be very cool to see, as we haven't actually got a single first-person shooter representative in the game, which is kind of crazy considering we've got so many characters, but yeah, none to represent the first-person shooter franchises. And I think Master Chief is definitely the star candidate for this. Obviously we've got other characters like Doomslayer and whatnot, but I really think Master Chief should be the representative for first-person shooters. However, the reason I don't see this happening is because we already have quite a few Microsoft reps in the game already. Those characters being Steve and Banjo, both of which were in the Fighters Passes, and they sort of had one in each, so it'll be very surprising to see a 3rd Microsoft rep. And the final one of these 3 is Crash Bandicoot. Now, Crash has been an advocate for me across my videos of, I've wanted to see him in the game. However, I do feel as if that boat has kind of sailed. I feel like he had his chance to be put in the game at E3. I feel like that was the place to do it. Crash Bandicoot would draw in a lot of attention and a lot of hype, but I feel like the right place to have done that would have been E3. So I do personally think that ship has sailed for Crash Bandicoot, unfortunately. I will admit this probably is my most flimsy argument, and I will admit, but this is more coming from like a gut feeling. I just think the right time for it was E3, and since he wasn't at E3, I feel like that was his only chance. So, and that kills me to say, because if you've been subscribed to this channel for a long time, you would know I wanted Crash Bandicoot in the game since pretty much day 1. Now let's get to who I think is going to be in the game. I strongly think it's going to be a first-party character. So much attention is going to be focused on this final character for Smash Bros. And why would Nintendo miss this incredible marketing opportunity to promote a third-party character? Like, no matter who this would be, this is going to get a lot of attention. So a potential candidate for this final character could actually be Waluigi. Like, Nintendo could be listening to the fanbase and, oh my god, you just know that absolutely blow up. And that's the exact attention Nintendo want to get from this last character. So, hey, Waluigi, I do genuinely consider an actual candidate for this last place. Or Nintendo could go in the complete opposite direction and go for like a lesser known game that people don't really know about, just to promote it a bit more, like Astral Chain, which is a new IP that Nintendo have, and I think they do want more attention to be garnered towards it. And like, I know like that the sound of that sounds pretty disappointing, right? Like, we want a big character, but let's be honest, when have Nintendo ever cared about ending it on a big note? Like, they ended the original roster on Incineroar, and they ended the first Fighters Pass on Byleth. 2 first-party characters, and 2 somewhat, people would say, lackluster characters. But speaking of Pokemon, there is 3 brand new Pokemon games coming out. There's Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends of Arceus. I mean, you could say 3 or 2, whatever your preference is, really. But the point is, there's 3 brand new Pokemon games coming out, and Nintendo are suckers for wanting to promote new games through characters in Smash. And with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out in November, I believe, and Legends of Arceus coming out early next year, this kind of ties up pretty perfectly, because it's kind of likely we're going to be getting this final character in October, so it does go hand in hand, and I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying it's going to be Rillaboom. I have said Rillaboom since day 1, and everyone's laughed at me, everyone's mocked me for saying Rillaboom. I'm sticking with it. We need a grass starter. We just do, and he'll have such a cool moveset, and who knows, maybe Rillaboom has a pretty key role in Legends of Arceus. We just don't know. I mean, so I really wouldn't put it past Nintendo to put a Pokemon in this final slot. But what do you guys think of this? Do you agree with what I'm saying in this video, or do you disagree with what I'm saying? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe for all things Nintendo.